when you train with the next round of fighters coming up, what do you think makes a great fighter?
Dedication. Right away. You come in late. You get a warning, and I will tell you not to do that again. And then you come again. My attention is gone with you. So but I will make that clear the first time you come.
I feel bad we rescheduled on you now.
No, but that's a different thing. If you really you want to be a fighter, that's the first rule that starts. With me, there's no Brazilian time. There's no nothing. I have Brazilian guys, good friends of mine. When I was training for the first time, and I know them. They live on a different time schedule. And I said, let's start at 2. And at 2:30, he wasn't there. And I started training, do a power workout for 25 minutes. And I said, I'm out of here. And when I walked out, he walked in. He says, oh, you warmed up? I said, no, I'm done. I'll see you tomorrow at 2. And I just kept walking. And I hated me to do that, but I had to do it. Because if I didn't do that, he would do it again the next day. And next day, he was there at 2 o'clock. You see, because he understood that if you're not there at 2, I'll start. I'm not going to wait for you anymore. And especially if it happened once. So that's the first thing. That's how far you want to go. Then it's the guys who are always talking about fighting. Everywhere they are, people have to know they're fighters. They're not going to make it. They put way too much pressure on themselves. It's not working like that. It's the quiet, most of the time it's the quiet ones. Or you have the exciting ones like I have as well. But who don't have to wear fight shirts everywhere they go. And the order and I had this guy at the subway station. He goes, what would you want to have, sir? And he would go, yeah, I'll take a grilled chicken breast because I have a fight coming up this weekend. He would raise his voice and everybody in the room would hear that he had a fight coming up. Go, don't do that. You put so much pressure on yourself. Telling everybody, oh, I'm going to knock him out, I'm going to do this. I said, no, because now you better do it. And especially if you say it on camera before the fight and they play that on the big screen just before you walk up. Oh, my opponent's nobody. I'm going to beat him up, but I'm going to do this and this. Now you better do it. You put too much pressure. Let it go. Respect your opponent. First of all, that makes you look better if you beat him because now you say, oh, I'm fighting a really good guy. If you're fighting a loser, you beat the loser. Well, you beat a loser.
So the loudest ones are oftentimes the weakest ones. I think you mentioned that in one of your interviews that when you were a bouncer, the guys that you'd have to worry about were the quiet ones.
Oh yeah.
Who
would just look at you and they
just
go,
look at you.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're like, okay,
follow that guy.
Yeah, keep that guy.
I want to know his license plate.
Yeah. And so you mentioned determination, just the willingness to work hard. You told this amazing story of this fighter you met on the set of one of your movies. I think it was Here Comes the Boom. I think his name was Nick.
Yeah, Nick Newell. Good.
So that's an example of what you're talking about, right? Tell us about Nick.
Nick is a guy with a congenital amputee. He has a half an arm. So no hands, no nothing, and that's it. And he walks up to me on the set of Here Comes the Boom as an extra, and he says, hey, Bas, I want you to remember me because I'm a fighter. I go, with that arm? And he goes, yes. I go, dude, I really respect that. That is so freaking awesome. So I didn't know anything about him. I said, give me your address. So I sent everything that I have, DVDs, instructionals, and workouts, because I wanted him to succeed. And suddenly, I have had a show on TV for 9 years, Inside MMA. It was a weekly live TV show about mixed martial arts. And suddenly I saw his name pop up. And it popped up again. And he's winning. I mean, his first 12 fights. And he's finishing people. It's like for my first 12 fights, maybe 2 decisions. The rest all like submissions. I mean, he was doing really well with half an arm. So, making connections like that. Then and then see a guy like that now for the UFC fighting. And
He made it. He made it.
Oh, yeah. It's unbelievable. It's
How do you fight? I mean, it's just he just learns to...
Listen, I had 4 neck surgeries. I lost control of my hand. I couldn't snap my fingers for 4 years. I couldn't pull the trigger from a gun. That's how bad it was. And I was complaining because I used to do 9 one-arm pull-ups, right? And then going from there, suddenly not able to grab a cup. That's a very, as a fighter, you go, shoot, it's crazy. And then I thought about Nick Newell. And I go, oh no, then I got my hand back. Suddenly my hand started working again. And then I told the Lord, I go, I'm good. I got my hand, I'm good. I don't need anything anymore because this, look, it's all gone. Muscle, but this arm is like 70% weaker than my left arm.
Wow. All right, so you got determination, and you got to be on time, and you have to have that mindset. Is there anything else that you look for in a fight? I'm curious, how much of it is natural talent versus the willingness to just outwork your opponent?
Yeah, that's a good question. There's a give and take. I know guys who have to work 5 times more than me to get the same result. I know guys who do in half the amount of time what I do to get the same results. Super talented. But the guys who have to work 5 times harder than you are the toughest guys to fight because they had to work 5 times harder than you, and they do not want to give it away. So sometimes you have guys who cannot even walk straight with the toes pointing, and you go like, and they become a freaking world champion.
Wow.
Those are the guys I really respect because they had to work so hard to get there.